Hey guys, I haven't made a video in a while, but that's actually really good news for you because it proves just how little self-control I actually have, and I was still able to lose 70 pounds and so far have been able to successfully keep that off. While in the last 3 weeks I haven't really lost a lot more weight, I have lost half an inch on my thigh area, but I haven't lost any more weight because I've started a new job. I've been working late hours. I've been running through the drive-through. Probably 2 weeks ago, I think I ate French fries every single day. Not a good idea. It was just a really busy time. Our family had a run-in with COVID, and because we were exposed to that, we were put into quarantine, so I haven't been to the gym for 3 weeks. But the good news is I have not gained back any of the initial weight that I've lost, and I was able to, even with not eating really well, just doing a few of the things that I have learned through this journey, able to keep that weight off, which it was really encouraging to know that I'm not going to just gain it back as soon as I don't stick to it exactly. And that's why this is a good lifestyle change, and it's something that anyone can do and hop back on and not lose a lot of ground. So I'm getting back to it. I actually have been this week, and I haven't weighed myself yet, but I assume that I will have lost some weight, so that's exciting. Today's video is about protein though. Protein is really important and has been absolutely vital to me losing the 70 pounds. The things that I've learned about protein were things that I did not know before. I knew that I needed more protein, but I didn't understand the science behind it. And for me, I really need to understand why I'm doing something before I can do it and really kind of stick to it. So the first thing that I learned about protein that I didn't recognize before is that it's what's known as a macronutrient. There are 3 macronutrients that every person needs for balanced nutrition, and those are carbohydrates, fat, and protein. The difference is that our body breaks down those 3 macronutrients in different ways. That is why protein is really key to weight loss, because it breaks down differently than fat and carbohydrates do. For instance, with fat, when your body is breaking down fat, it's only going to use about 0 to 3% of the calories that are in that food in order to actually break it down and digest it. When it comes to carbohydrates, your body's going to use anywhere from about 5 to 10% of the calories in that food in order to break it down and digest it. But with protein, you're going to use 20 to 30% of the calories in that food in order to break it down. See, every single food has what's known as a thermic effect in your body. And the thermic effect of food basically just means this is how much energy this particular food takes in order to digest and metabolize in your body. So the thermic effect of protein is extremely high as opposed to the thermic effect of a fat. Now, what that means is if you're eating a very fatty diet, you will not take very much energy in order to process that food and in order to metabolize it. What that means is you're not going to feel full for very long because it's not going to be in your system for very long, and you're also going to end up having a lot of leftover calories if you're not an extremely active person. As opposed to if you eat a high protein diet, you're going to actually burn off 20 to 30% of the calories in that food just by metabolizing them. Now, that doesn't mean that you can just, eat a 30-ounce steak every single day and you're not going to gain weight and that's all you need to do. Of course, I don't think anybody really thinks that, but what it does mean is that overall, adding more protein to your diet means adding more calorie burn that you don't have to work all that hard for. Also, it means that by having protein in your body, you're going to stay fuller longer. So protein can actually, in a lot of ways, curb hunger and curb those cravings that you have, because you're just going to feel more full from eating protein than you're going to feel from eating carbohydrates and fat. They're going to metabolize a lot faster. They're not going to use a lot of energy to metabolize, and you're going to end up probably eating nearly 3 times as much if you're just eating carbs and fat. The other thing that is really wonderful about consuming protein is that it is necessary to have protein in your body in order to build muscle. And as we've talked about in our other videos, the more muscle mass you have in your body, the more your resting calorie burn is. So just sitting here right now, I have a resting calorie burn, and my body is burning calories just by me sitting here. By me talking with you, I'm burning calories, but the more muscle mass that I have in my body, the more calories I'm burning as I just sit. And so you need that protein in order to build muscle. What a lot of people don't realize is that if you lose a significant amount of weight, like I have, 70 pounds, you actually lose quite a bit of muscle mass too. So if you are not building muscle and you're not getting that protein in your body in order to build that muscle, you might lose pounds on the scale, but you're actually losing muscle, which results in you having more fat in your body than you did in the first place. And it's a lot easier for your body to accumulate fat if it's not building muscle, because your body is constantly working to build muscle if you're working those muscles. And the more work you do, the more your body's working, the more your body works, the more calories you burn. So protein is vital for doing that. If you don't have enough protein, amino acids in your body for building muscle, you just won't build muscle. It doesn't matter how much you work out, without protein, that muscle will not build. And so it's really important to get the amount of protein that you need if you are working towards a weight loss goal. It's important anyways, but especially for weight loss. So many people really, really work, but they're not getting enough protein in their diet. Their nutrition is not balanced. And so they may, like I said, lose pounds on the scales, but they will find out very quickly that that comes back. And it comes back in fat because they're not building muscle. The thing that I also learned that I did not know before is that I cannot just decide to eat whatever protein I want. I can't eat fish every single day. Like, oh, I like salmon. I'll eat salmon every single day to get that protein. Salmon is very good for you, but there are 9 essential amino acids that the human body cannot replicate on its own, and so you need to be getting all 9 of those essential acids, or essential amino acids. So you need to research and figure out which foods have high protein, but then also what amino acids are in those foods. That sounds complicated, but it just took me one Google search, and then I pretty much had a good understanding of, okay, these are, you just need to eat balanced. Eat colorful, eat balanced, eat different things every day, but also consider, is this a high protein food? So, I eat a lot of fish, but I eat different kinds of fish. I like seafood. You may not. Chicken is very good for protein. Beef is very good for protein, but you need to make sure that your diet is versatile and that there is variety in your diet. The other thing is that no one gets enough protein just by what they're eating. It is very rare that you are every single day going to get enough protein by just what you're taking in. So I actually do protein, whey protein shakes every day. And I know that they're gross. A lot of them are really gross. I know it's expensive, but I am telling you that it would be far better for you to get your protein through these shakes and, maybe not lavish on something else if you're really serious about losing weight. The protein shakes that I buy, I get them from Amazon. They're actually called Optimum Nutrition, Gold Standard, 100% whey. They're good for muscle support and recovery. This is what it looks like. I get the double rich chocolate. I don't like protein shakes. I'm not gonna lie to you and tell you that I love that. That like I love to drink it, and I just can't wait to wake up and drink my protein. It tastes way better than any of the other ones that I've had. I can tolerate it. If I make it in the blender with some almond milk, it tastes a lot like a chocolate malt type thing. Still not necessarily my favorite thing to do, but I do it, and it was absolutely key in me losing that 70 pounds. I have tried tons and tons of things. I've been on tons of diets. I always resist the protein. I didn't want to spend the money. I did it this time, and I lost 70 pounds. So I encourage you guys, get a protein powder, find one you can tolerate. This particular one, I researched it. I knew that it actually worked, that it's not full of a bunch of chemicals, that it has no artificial growth hormones, it's gluten-free, which was really important to me, and I researched it to make sure it was good, and I can attest that this has worked for me. If you want to try this, like I said, you can buy it on Amazon. There's 24 grams of protein per serving. I do 2 shakes a day, so right from this whey protein, I get 48 grams of protein. And the goal for me is to try to get 70 grams of protein a day at least, but more ideal would be 90. I will tell you, I don't typically get 90. It's really hard. It's hard to get 70, even though I'm drinking 48 grams of protein just in these shakes. It's actually kind of hard for me, at least, to get 30 more grams of protein in my diet, because we're just not a huge meat-eating family, and so we actually went vegan for a while, and now we do eat meat again, but we're really conscious about the types of meat we eat, and so it's not easy to get in that protein, but it's totally worth it. And just remember, you need that protein in order to build muscle. You're not going to build muscle without it, and it's totally worth the investment. So I hope that this was informative for you guys. Our next video is going to be on fiber. A lot of people don't understand the benefits of fiber. I didn't understand the benefits of fiber, and I really think that you will find that video informative as well. See you guys next time. Thanks.